I'm Rick Kaler. Thanks for joining me. When there's drama in the stock market, I often learn about it at the gym. Case in point, the recent headline-grabbing hullabaloo about GameStop and Reddit. Now, apparently, some limited partnerships, and the slang for these is a hedge fund, decided to short the shares of several companies. It appears a number of traders on the Wall Street Bets forum on the social news platform Reddit decided to punish the short investors and manipulate the market by driving the stock price of the companies up. I suspect their unstated goal was to profit by forcing the short sellers to cover their shorts, causing the price to increase, eventually cashing out themselves while the stock was high and thereby banking millions. As a way of getting others to help drive up the stock price, they spun this manipulation as a revolt of the people against the evil hedge funds and a rigged stock market. Now, let's back up and talk about some of this. Hedge funds specialize in making sophisticated alternative investments designed to protect investment portfolios from market uncertainty while generating positive returns in both up and down markets. That's kind of their general goal. Because they're illiquid, they're limited partnerships, not mutual funds, and they can have higher risk than a plain vanilla investment like a mutual fund. The SEC protects small investors from potential financial harm by prohibiting them from owning shares in a hedge fund. Now, these funds are neither inherently evil nor owned by the rich. Investors in hedge funds include state retirement plans, teachers' pensions, fire and police pensions. Typically, investors buy stocks when they think they will rise in value. This is called being long. However, it's also possible for any investor, not just hedge funds, to profit if they think a stock's value will go down. In short selling, this is called shorting a stock, investors borrow the shares of stock as opposed to money. They borrow the shares of stock. Then they sell those shares in the market. And of course, they receive the proceeds. Now, the goal is to use the proceeds from the sale to buy the shares back, hopefully at a lower price. So they'll buy the shares back. Now they have the shares. Now they can repay the loan of shares and hopefully keep the difference between what they sold at and what they bought them back. Short selling is beneficial to stabilize markets and help prevent financial bubbles and fraud. Warren Buffett says there's nothing evil per se about selling things short, pointing out that financially sound companies can benefit from short sellers because those traders are forced to buy the stock back in the future. Still, extreme volatility in a stock is seen as a sign of suspicious activity that may trigger an SEC investigation. So therefore, a number of brokerage firms, including Robinhood and TD Ameritrade, limited trading in GameStop when it went from $17 to $470 or so. But it wasn't just GameStop. This was also happening with AMC Theaters, Bed Bath & Beyond, Nokia, BlackBerry, Express, COS, and Naked Brand Group. So this move to limiting trading is a normal response by brokerage firms to stabilize the market and protect investors. But it's being spun as the system being rigged to help the hedge funds by causing the price of the shares to decline and allowing them to get out of their short positions with lower losses. Yes, that in effect happened. It's just as possible that the demand could have remained high and the share prices go even higher. Ironically, accusations of a rigged stock market come from politicians and media outlets on both the extreme left and right. Both CNN and Fox News vilified the hedge funds and the brokerage firms that limited trading. Members of Congress joining in the drama included Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, and Senators Elizabeth Warren and Ted Cruz. In this rush to appeal to populist voters, there are demands by elected officials and the media to outlaw short selling and option trading to protect the little guy. In investing, just as other endeavors, those with more sophisticated knowledge and experience have an advantage. This doesn't mean the market is rigged. The responses by the brokerage firms show that market manipulations will be checked, even manipulations created not by large companies, but by small investors banding together. Thanks for listening.